Love began before we knew its name, before the sky learned how to hold the sun, before the moon rehearsed her silver glow, before two hearts discovered how to run toward each other through the storms of fate. It lived inside the silence of the stars, a whisper traveling through endless night, a secret written deep in cosmic scars, a promise wrapped in darkness and in light, waiting for two souls to read its sign. I found you like the ocean finds the shore, not by chance, but by a patient pull, a quiet force I could not fight anymore, a gentle gravity, tender and full, drawing my restless heart into your calm. Your voice became the morning in my chest, a sunrise spilling gold through every vein. Where once there only lived an aching rest, a field of dust, a map of silent pain, now flowers rise each time you say my name. Your eyes, two lanterns in my longest night, soft fires where my wandering fears dissolve. In their warm and understanding light all the broken pieces re-evolve, becoming something whole I never knew. Love forever is not a fleeting flame, not a spark that dies when winds appear. It is the root beneath the earth's deep frame. It is the echo stronger than our fear. It is the hand that stays when lights go out. When storms arrive with roaring, reckless skies. When thunder shakes the courage from our bones. When sorrow paints the world in ashen dyes. And life feels made of sharp and scattered stones. Your love becomes my shelter and my ground. I have seen forever in your smallest smile. In the way your fingers search for mine. In how your silence lingers for a while. Not empty, but a quiet, sacred sign that words are small beside what hearts can say. Time may wrinkle skin and slow our pace, may dust our hair with winter's gentle white, but it cannot erase the sacred place where your soul and mine became one light, a candle no dark season can command. If one day memory begins to fade, and names drift off like leaves in autumn air, still, somewhere in the shadows we have made, our hearts will know, will turn, will still be there, two magnets pulling through the mist of years. Love forever is the daily choice to stay when staying asks for all we are. To hear the tremble in each other's voice. To heal the hidden, unspoken scar. To build a home inside another's heart. It is laughter spilling in the kitchen light. Bare feet dancing on a sleepy floor. Midnight talks that stretch toward morning bright. And simple glances that are worth much more than all the gold the crowded world can give. It is holding on through loss and change, through dreams that bend and plans that fall apart, through roads that twist in patterns wild and strange, still saying, "Here, take all of my heart." Even when the giving feels like fire, I will love you in the quiet days, when nothing grand or glowing fills the air, in ordinary, soft, unnoticed ways. In making space, in listening with care, in being there when words are hard to find. I will love you in the shattered hours, when tears fall faster than the mind can pray. When hope seems buried under fallen towers, I will not turn my trembling heart away, but stand beside you in the falling dark. If distance ever stretches out its hand, and miles rise like walls we cannot climb, still love will cross each border, sea and land. It will outwalk the tired feet of time, and meet you in the center of your breath. For love forever is not bound by place, not trapped in clocks or cages made of days. It lives in every memory we trace, in all the thousand small, unspoken ways our lives have quietly grown around each other. You are the prayer my soul forgot it knew, the answer spoken long before I asked, the dream that slowly, faithfully came true. The gentle future rising from my past, the always hidden in each right now. And when the final evening softly comes, when light grows thin along the edge of sight, when earth releases us from what we've done, and calls us toward a wider, deeper night, I will still reach for you beyond the veil. For love like this does not know how to end. It changes form but never says goodbye. It bends with death the way strong branches bend. But roots remain where unseen waters lie, still drinking from forever's hidden stream. So take my hand, not only for today, but for the endless road we cannot see, through every dawn and every fading ray, through who we are and who we're yet to be, through every life if lives should come again. Let the world turn, let the seasons fly, Let cities rise and fall like grains of sand. Let constellations shift across the sky. One truth will still, unshaken, stand. My heart chose yours. My love. Forever. Even after the stars forget their places, and night no longer knows how to be dark, when time has thinned the lines on all our faces, and silence grows where once there beat a spark, my love will still remember how to burn. Not loud, not wild like lightning in the sky, but deep, like rivers moving under stone. A steady truth that never asks us why. A rhythm older than the flesh and bone. A pulse the universe cannot undo. I will love you in the spaces in between the words, the breaths, the passing days, in all the things that quietly remain unseen, in subtle shifts of light and shadowed ways, in how your presence softens all my edges. You are the pause that makes the music sweet, the rest that gives the melody its grace, the echo where my wandering heart can meet a home, a harbor, one unshaken place, a shoreline built from trust and open hands. If ever doubt comes knocking at our door, with careful lies dressed up like simple truth, we'll sit together on the kitchen floor and talk it through with honesty and youth still living in the courage of our eyes. Because love forever is not blind or weak. It sees the cracks and chooses still to stay. It knows the wounds we're sometimes scared to speak, yet leans in close, not turning away, but saying, "Let me hold that hurt with you. I will memorize the map of every scar, not as damage, but as roads you've crossed, each one a sign of who you truly are, of battles fought, of things you nearly lost, of strength you carry softly in your smile. And when you're tired, too tired to be strong, when even hope feels heavy in your chest, I'll be the place where you can fall for long, a quiet field where your worn soul can rest. No need for masks, no need to stand so tall. Love forever is 1,000 little things. A cup of water placed beside your bed, remembering the warmth your laughter brings, the way you tilt your head when something's said, the softness in your voice when you say my name. It's choosing you on days I'm not my best, when mood is gray and patience running thin, still turning toward you, not away, but pressed by something deeper than the noise within, a vow my heart made long before my lips. If life should bend us in unexpected ways, if dreams reshape and different paths appear, still love will walk with us through shifting days, not as a chain, but something clear, a light we carry, not a weight we drag. I see our future in the smallest scenes. Sunlight slipping through a half-closed door, shared glances over ordinary routines, comfort richer than a king's grand store, peace found in simply being side by side. Years from now, when stories fill our air, and memories sit warm in wrinkled hands, we'll look back at this love we chose to share and see how gently, firmly it still stands, a tree whose roots have wrapped around our lives. And if one of us must walk ahead, beyond the reach of touch and spoken word, love will not lie silent, cold, or dead. It will be wind, a song half heard, a presence felt in quiet evening light. For love forever does not break with breath. It is not buried under stone or clay. It leans across the fragile line of death and whispers softly, I am still your way, a bridge no dark can fully take apart. So here, again, I give you all of me, not once, but every morning we arise, in every choice, in all we're yet to be, in truth that lives behind our human eyes, in faith that grows the more that it is shared. Take this heart, imperfect, real, and wide. Take all its storms and all its quiet seas. Walk with me, whatever may betide, through falling leaves and blooming memories, through every now into forever. There will be mornings when the sky is gray, when light feels slow to enter through the glass, when yesterday still lingers in the day, and joy seems like a season that has passed. On those days, I will be your sun, not blazing bright to blind you into cheer, but warm enough to melt the frost of doubt. A steady glow that whispers, I am here. A hand that turns the darkened corners out. A quiet proof that night does not stay long. And you will be my anchor in the tide. When thoughts like waves grow restless in my head. When fears I thought had faded try to hide inside the words I wish I hadn't said. You'll hold me still without a single chain. Love forever is this gentle rescue, not from the world, but from our loneliest fears, the silent battles no one else can view, the private storms that gather through the years, the weight we carry smiling in the crowd. With you, I do not have to stand so tall. I can be small, uncertain, incomplete, and still feel worthy. Still feel seen through all the tangled doubts that curl around my feet, because your love does not demand disguise. I want to grow old learning all your ways. How your laughter shifts when you are tired, how certain songs can set your soul ablaze, what dreams still burn, what hopes you've long desired, the secret language written in your sighs. Let's build a life in ordinary time, where magic hides in things we almost miss. Laundry lines and shared slices of lime, rain on rooftops, slow and simple bliss, a love too real to need a grand display. We won't be perfect. No, not even close. There will be words we wish we could take back, moments when pride stands taller than it's supposed, when patience fades and understanding cracks. But love will be the bridge we walk across. We'll learn the art of turning back around, of saying, I was wrong, and meaning it, of planting peace again in wounded ground, of choosing us when tempers try to split the fragile thread that ties two hearts as one. Forever is not built in a single day. It's shaped in how we stay when staying's hard, in how we kneel beside love's disarray and guard it gently, like a living guard protects a flame against the wind and rain. I see us years from now in evening's gold, two shadows stretched along a quiet street, your hand in mine, familiar in its hold, our steps no longer fast, but still in beat, a rhythm time itself could never steal. We'll speak of days when love was still so new, and smile at how we thought we understood, not knowing then how deep our roots would grew, how pain and joy together shape the good, how forever slowly earns its name. And when the world outside feels loud and fast, a spinning blur of noise and flashing light, our home will be a harbor built to last, a softer space, a steady, glowing night, where hearts can land and finally be still. If ever tears fall heavy from your eyes, let them. I will not rush to wipe them all away. Sometimes love listens more than it replies. Sometimes it stays and lets the sorrow stay, until the hurt has finished telling truth. Then gently, like the dawn replaces stars, hope will return without a single sound, not erasing all the old and tender scars, but wrapping them in light where peace is found, and we will breathe again, together. This is my promise, written without end. Not just to love the bright and easy parts, but all of you. The break, the bend, the mend, the hidden rooms, the half-protected hearts, the parts you fear are too much to be loved. Nothing in you could make me love you less, no storm of mood, no shadowed memory, no moment dressed in weakness or distress. Your soul, in all its human honesty, is where my forever chose to live. So take my days, my nights, my in-between. Take all the love my quiet heart can give, in every version of what life may mean, in every way two fragile souls can live. I am yours, in this life and beyond. There will be seasons we don't understand, where plans dissolve like footprints in the rain, where we must walk through life with open hands and trust that loss is not entirely pain, but part of how the heart grows wide and wise. If ever silence stretches long and thin, not cruel, but heavy with the weight of thought, we'll sit inside that quiet, not give in to fear that love is fading into naught, but feel it breathing softly in the space. Love forever is not noise or show. It does not beg the world to stand and see. It moves in ways only two hearts can know, in shared glances, in silent we, in comfort that does not require proof. I'll learn the language of your quiet days, the ones where words feel far from what you mean. I'll read the subtle shift within your gaze, the almost hidden places in between your smile and what your heart is trying to say. And you will learn my storms before they rise, the subtle clouds that gather in my tone, the flicker of retreat behind my eyes when I'm afraid to face the dark alone. And you'll stay before I even ask. That is how forever softly grows, not in fireworks that vanish into night, but in the steady way love always knows to turn toward, not away, from fright, to lean in close when distance tries to start. Let us forgive each other many times, more times than pride might say is fair. Let patience ring like distant, faithful chimes across the valleys of despair, calling us back to kindness, back to us. Years will write their stories on our skin. Silver threads will weave into our hair. But deeper still, beneath the change within, our love will sit, unshaken there, a quiet truth no mirror can reflect. I imagine us in slow and golden light, evening settling softly on the day. No need for grand declarations bright, just your hand finding mine in its old way, like it has always known where it belongs. We'll have our memories like well-worn books, spines bent from all the times we turned the page, laughter folded into knowing looks, tears that taught our younger hearts to age, moments stitched like stars across our past. And if the road grows narrow near the end, if steps grow small and breath a careful thing, still love will not retreat, will not pretend, but hold us in its ever-widening ring. A circle time can never truly close. For even when one heartbeat fades from sound, and one hand slips beyond what eyes can see, love will not lie buried in the ground. It will move through what is and what will be, a bridge no goodbye ever breaks. You will be in the wind against my face, in songs that rise without a reason why, in sudden warmth that fills an empty place, in tears that fall but do not ask me cry, because they carry more love than grief. And I will be in the quiet of your dawn, in courage that appears when days are long, in gentle thoughts that seem to come from none, in the calm that follows after wrong. Presence love refuses to erase. This is what forever truly means. Not endless time, but endless belonging. A thread that runs through all our shifting scenes. A constant underneath life's changing song. A home that lives inside two souls. So here, again, beyond all fear and doubt, beyond what words alone could ever say, I choose you, in, around, and all throughout each fragile, fleeting human day, and in whatever waits beyond the last. Love forever. Not as a dream we hope might stay, but as a truth we build with breath and grace. In every touch, in every turning way, in every loss love helps us face, in every now that opens into always.